So in today's video, we're going to be talking about some stats. As you guys know, whenever you guys play a One Piece game or any anime game, you most likely have to put in some stat points to become stronger in the game. And just like I said, it is the same in Blox Fruits. Every time you level up, you guys get 3 stat points and you can put them into melee, defense, sword, gun, and Blox Fruit. And all of these categories have different purposes, which I'm going to be talking about in just a bit. So if you guys are new to the game and starting to level up and wondering where you should put your stat points, you have found the right video. So I think without wasting any more time, let's get right into it. So first up, let's start off with what does every single one of these do. Melee actually increases your energy, which is also known as the stamina, and putting stat points into melee also increases your punch damage. So whenever you punch something, you guys will do more damage, and this is actually very important when you guys are near max level because you guys use your melee, or also known as fighting styles, for PvP when you guys are max. Next up, we have defense. As the name says, the more stat points you put into defense, the more health you guys will have. Next, we have sword. Simple as it says, every One Piece game has swords, and if you put stat points into your sword, you guys will do more damage with your sword. Same goes for the gun. If you guys have a gun and you put stat points into your gun, it will increase the gun's damage. And lastly, for Blox Fruits, or also known as Devil Fruits, if you guys put in stat points into this, your Devil Fruit will do a lot more damage. Simple as that. All the stat points are now explained. Now let's move on into the more fun stuff. So in Blox Fruits, there are 3 main builds. First one we have is the Devil Fruit main, and I'll show you guys what I mean by that. Max stats into Blox Fruits, max stats into defense, and also max stats in melee. But currently I'm not level 2450, so I can't put the max amount, but you get the point. And with this stat point build, you guys will have the maximum defense possible in the game, the maximum damage you can deal with your Devil Fruits, and also the maximum damage you can deal with your fighting style. And to be honest, I think this is one of the most famous stat points build in the game, and probably one of the most strongest ones as well. So as a Devil Fruit main, you guys only have 2 sources of damage, and these are the fighting styles, the melee as I said, and also the main thing, which is the Blox Fruits. So you guys should make a combo of your fighting style and also your Devil Fruit to deal some insane damage. It is very simple to understand the stat points in Blox Fruits, so yeah, I think we should move on into the second build. So the second build that is in the game is known as the Swordsman, and this one consists of melee, defense, and also sword. And in this, you guys will be doing a lot of damage with your fighting style and with your sword. So if you guys want to farm, or you guys want to kill your opponents with swords, then you guys can use these types of stat points because these ones are the best one for that. And just as a side note, I also use these stats because I really like to use swords in PvP. But yes, you guys understand that you guys will only deal damage with your sword and your fighting style. Even if you have one of the strongest Devil Fruits, they will literally do like super little damage, and it's not going to be worth it. So with this type of build, you guys would have to figure out a super good combo with your sword and your fighting style so you guys do insane damage. And if you guys are wondering why am I always putting stat points into melee, and that is why, because we need some energy, or also known as stamina. And also fighting styles are extremely OP in combos, so you guys can pair them up with your Devil Fruit, your sword, your gun, or whatever you would like. They can help you guys kill your opponents a lot more easier. So that's why there are always stats into melee, defense, and then the rest go into something else. So I think you guys know what a swordsman is. Let's move on into the next one, the third and the final, Gunman. Let me just go and reset my stat points once again. There we go, that's done. And now for the Gunman, you guys will put your stat points into melee, defense, and also gun. Simple as that. And this is actually very powerful. A lot of you guys think that using guns is very bad, or it doesn't do a lot of damage, or isn't good for PvP. You are actually incorrect. As a gunman, I think it is very easy to kill your opponents because, for example, as you guys would know, the Acidum rifle, this gun is extremely OP and does a lot of damage. As you guys can see, I have also upgraded it for the extra damage, so whenever I hit somebody with it, it does insane damage. And if I do one of the smallest combos with it, it literally kills the players. So it is that strong. As you guys can see, I just literally did 2 moves, and he's dead. So yeah, guns are extremely OP. But as for farming, I wouldn't recommend anybody to use guns because guns are only good for PvP. For farming, devil fruits are the best. For PvP, I would say swords and guns are pretty good, and devil fruits can be up on that list as well. So yes, these are the gunmains. And here is the part where a lot of you guys do some mistakes, and this is that I've seen a lot of people thinking that they do not need like a lot of stamina, and then they put like 500, 600 or maybe even 1000 points into melee, and then they put the leftover points from the melee into the sword, so they would be dealing damage with their devil fruit and also sword. This term or these types of stat builds are known as hybrid builds, and to be honest, in every other game these types of builds work very nicely. Like you guys deal damage with your devil fruits, your swords, your fighting styles and a lot of that. But in Blox fruits this simply doesn't work, because the thing is that if you guys put in like 1000 points into your melee, 2000 points into your defense, then 1500 in sword, 1500 in Blox fruit, and like mix up all the stat points, that is just gonna get you killed, because you guys won't have your maximum health, you guys won't have your maximum damage in your melee, or also known as fighting style. You guys wouldn't be dealing a lot of damage with your devil fruit or with your sword, and it doesn't work like that in Blox fruits, because if somebody comes up with like a devil fruit build, which I said earlier, he will literally one tap you in like 5 seconds, and you guys wouldn't have time to use your devil fruit, sword, gun, fighting style all in a PvP match. Like there is no time for that. Blox fruits PvP is very fast paced, and everybody just knows one tap combos either with their devil fruit, sword or gun. They just literally come up to you, do like 5 moves and you're dead. There is no time for you to do like your sword moves, your gun moves, your devil fruit moves to deal the same amount of damage, if not a bit more damage, just to kill your opponent. So if you guys actually listen to me, please do not use hybrid builds, they are not worth it. Go for a simpler build like a devil fruit build, sword or gun, all the ones I mentioned earlier. They are the best ones out there. So now I think it's time to conclude the video, and a lot of you guys would be wondering which one is the best stat point build, which one should you guys use, and all of that stuff. So I'll make it easy for you guys to understand and for me to answer. If you guys are not max level and you guys are still grinding, I would recommend you guys to use the devil fruit build. If you guys are max level and you guys are going for PvP, I would recommend you guys to use the sword build. And if you guys have a lot of experience and you guys have PvP'd and bounty hunted a lot in your time, then you guys can go and become a gunman, because gunmains require a lot of skill but are yet very powerful. So that is my answer to the question. If you guys are not max, use Blox fruits. If you guys are max, use swords. And if you guys are pros, use guns. Simple as that. So that is my opinion about all the stat point builds and which ones are the best ones, which ones are which. So yeah, that is my opinion on which ones you guys should use, because I've played a lot of Blox fruits and figured this out that there is no other builds which are better than these. And if there are any, let me know in the comments below. I'm very interested to see, because I haven't found any better than the ones I've mentioned in this video. So yes, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 20,000 subscribers, so that would be very cool. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.